Welcome everyone to a replay cast here. We have Big Ego Crew on the Legion side taking on the Doghouse here on the Hellborn side. This is game number one here of the Scrim series. Definitely should be a good one as these two teams are here in preparation or scrimming in preparation for the Clan Tour 2.0 tournament coming up here in about a week. And then that tournament will be continuing later on throughout the month of June. But here we are in a scrim series, so definitely excited here for what should be a good one. Two pretty high caliber teams here. The bands are underway here. Let's get into the draft as we have Thunderbringer, King Clout, and the Parasite band out here from the Doghouse. So we can already see the bands from the new patch as we have been seeing that trend uh, from the previous Scrim series between other teams. The Thunderbringer and the Clout getting a lot of attention. The Parasite ban is interesting to me. I do not think Big E Goku really likes to jungle that much, but they still do decide to get rid of the Parasite. And then we have the Chipper, Glacius, and Icor banned out here from Big Ego Crew. So they are addressing the supports very specifically. There are three support bans. The Icor getting changed quite a bit this patch. So a lot of these bans are new patch related heroes that we have not really seen blind ban material in the past, but thus we are here. We have a first pick of Behemoth here for the Doghouse, and we have a response pick of the Nymphora on the first pick. Kinesis coming out there on the second pick for Big Ego Crew. So they grabbed themselves a pair of supports. I am expecting this to be more of the position 4 Kinesis, position 5 Nymphora. So not really revealing too much, but definitely picking up their support options here so far. Then we have the Doctor Repulsor pick coming in with the Accursed. Now the Accursed pick I really like coming out from Snooki there of Doghouse. The Accursed is fantastic against the Kinesis, being able to remove the Stasis Smash ultimate with the Fire Shield. That is a great counter pick, and we have seen them run the Doctor Repulsor Accursed combination in the mid lane in previous tournaments. I believe that one was against Team Tim, if I am correct on that one, but Fa here, aka Type Racer, he had a very fantastic Doctor Repulsor game when they ran that strategy. I am interested if they will do something similar to what they did in that game, but they do have a Behemoth paired up with it, so they definitely have some long range initiation with the Fissure and the Doctor Repulsor so far. But yeah, definitely I like the Accursed pick there. We'll see what they do decide to round off the lineup with to kind of finish that off there. But Big Ego Crew still has 3 picks to go. Definitely could kind of shake things up here as they got all their cores still undecided yet. But we have the second tier of bands coming through here. We have the Gemini and the Bombardier, excuse me, coming out from Big Ego Crew. So despite having the Doctor Repulsor, they are still banning the Gemini, possibly expecting a secondary core style of lineup there. The last band will be the Riftwalker, which is definitely possible. They could pair that, for example, with the Behemoth. They could even run something like a mid lane Riftwalker to just kind of nuke out creep waves. We have the Cane and the Gauntlet band out here from the Doghouse with one more band coming up. The Cane band is quite interesting. I suppose it is a hard CC against the Doctor, which Accursed cannot technically save him from that, but I don't know if Kane is in consideration here from Big Ego Crew. I would be quite surprised to see that one. They do ban away the Berserker. That is quite the interesting ban. We do not often see a Berserker ban in competitive, but maybe there is a reason that we are seeing that Berserker ban. I am just, at least for now, not seeing the reason why. So those will be the 6 bans. We have Big Ego Crew, 35 seconds on the clock. They got 2 picks coming up. We are going to need to see some core heroes here. Let's see what they are going to be. Something to probably address that Doctor Repulsor, I would have to imagine. They're going to go with a Prisoner. Now, he is a solid option. He does have that Shackled, which does restrain on you, so would stop the Doctor Repulsor from flying around. But again, they have the Accursed to kind of remove those debuffs. And Well, it'll depend on how well Prisoner does in the laning phase. Most specifically because Prisoner is a hero that if he gets off to a good start, he can kind of take over games in a sense, but he doesn't really scale super well as the game progresses longer and longer. I do like the idea of a Staff of the Master on him. Whether or not we'll see that or not is up for debate, but they are going to pick a Drunken Master here with the Prisoner. That is a lot of physical damage. Two heroes that are very physical damage focused there. So we could definitely see some Void Talismans, for example, from the side of the Doghouse. But Drunken Master is a hero that has been receiving buff after buff after buff. And he got a buff to his crit on his drink, going all the way up to 1.8 times critical strike. So he does get some better scaling there with the crit. Um, but definitely a hero to watch out for. Very strong in the laning phase. Does deal a lot of damage early game. If he can get kind of tanky, he starts to become a real nuisance. And I think fairly underrated hero actually. So I'm kind of excited to see Drunken Master here in a competitive setting. We'll see how well he performs, if he does well, or if he maybe doesn't do a whole lot. But I am expecting him to do decently. Um, we'll have to wait and see how he does perform, of course. So the final two picks for the Doghouse coming up here with 23 seconds on the clock. We'll see what they go for. I think they need a support and possibly another core hero. They go with a Magnus, which could be a position for Magnus. They are going to pick up a Pharaoh and a Curse, or a Pharaoh and a Magnus. So, who is going to be their main support hero? Is it going to be a main support or Cursed, or will we see something like a Magnus or Behemoth support? I mean, this is not the usual draft coming out here from the Doghouse. They have a 4 melee lineup with a Doctor Repulsor carry, so something odd for sure is definitely in the works here. I'm not too sure if I necessarily like it. I feel like they lack damage in the early game. They do have a Doctor Repulsor that if he can get a quick icon, he can start zipping around the team fights and dealing tons of damage. But I think they do need portal keys on the Behemoth and the Magnus for those two heroes to become really effective. They have some presence in the early game, but Accursed is primarily defensive. And the Pharaoh, he doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. He just kind of locks people down in place and catches them to start the team fight. So Doctor can kind of follow that up. But I feel like, so we have a final pick, Soul Reaper, I believe, here for Big Ego Crew. And that's going to be their carry. It's a very early game lineup. But they do have a multi-core with the Soul Reaper and the Drunken Master. Prisoner will most likely be that position 3 kind of core hero. But I think the late game actually goes to Big Ego Crew because they are up against the solo Doctor Repulsor. And I, as interesting as the lineups are, this is not your typical Big Ego Crew draft. I think I like their lineup a little bit more. I think they just have a little bit more presence in the game, the early game. Kind of, they have the Nymphora, TP ganks. I don't know who they're going to necessarily be porting around with. Maybe the Prisoner, maybe the Soul Reaper or the Drunken Master. Um, it is quite interesting, but I feel like Doghouse, they just don't have like. I feel like they don't have a clear-cut game plan. They have a lot of like stuns and a lot of catch with the Doctor and the Pharaoh, but I feel like if they're able to, if by they I mean Big Ego Crew, if they're able to kill the Doctor Repulsor, I feel like they just don't have any damage. They just have a lot of disables, and then they have an accursed. So to me, I feel like maybe they missed something here with the lineup, but we'll have to wait and see. Soul Reaper is quite a very good hero against heavy melee teams as well, being able to get in the fight with his Withering Presence aura. Prisoner also being able to land a multi-hero prison break. We'll have to see if Big Ego Crew can line all these things up, but I'm really liking their lineup on paper. A little bit stronger over the Doghouse's picks. So let's talk about the laning phase. We have a Drunken Master going into the off lane. He is going up against a Pharaoh and possibly a Behemoth support. So it is a double melee lane. I think Drunken Master will actually be able to do just fine in this lane. I don't think they can kill him. So he should get XP. Now Prisoner is going 1 versus 2 against Doctor and Accursed, and this is not the most threatening lane. This is more so to get Doctor farm, and they will probably be stacking the jungle with Accursed to get Doctor some stacks to work on with his magnetic contraptions. So the Prisoner, I think his goal here is just to kind of get as much farm as he can, and I think he will. Honestly, I think he will do just fine 2 versus 1. This is not a threatening lane. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we have Magnus going 1 versus 2 against Soul Reaper and Nymphora. Now, that is a pretty scary lane. They can spam the heal there from the Soul Reaper, the Judgment with the Nymphora mana, as well as Nymph having just great spells. She has a stun, a heal. I don't think Magnus can ever kill either one of these heroes unless they really do something wrong. So, we're going to see the stun coming out there. Magnus taking some pressure. He's manning up, though. He's taking a lot of damage here. Meanwhile, Drunken Master, he's manning up on the Behemoth. He is currently level 2. Now, he does not have a lunge. He does have his stagger, though. And he might actually... Oh, is he going to go for the kill? He's going to get it! 1 versus 2. Shorecan on the Drunken Master getting the kill. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Ozef on the Magnus goes down to Puppet Soul. So this is a 2-0 start for Big Ego Crew. By the way, something worth noting, it is actually Shorecan who is their typical secondary support player playing the core Drunken Master here. We have Dutch Ownage playing the second support Kinesis. He's starting with Boots. What is he doing, actually? Is he... Oh, is he kind of jungling with the creeps? He's throwing the creeps into the jungle. I didn't even realize that he was doing this. But Dutch is normally their carry player. He's playing more of a supportive role this game. We have Puppet Soul on the Soul Reaper. I just realized he's playing the position 1 this game. So they definitely are swapping things up. They have Volca in the mid lane as well on the Prisoner. And he's got 12 and 1 creep score against the 12 and 0 Doctor. So he even has more last hits than the Doctor Repulsor in total. So just showing kind of how well he can hold his ground in this mid lane matchup. So Big Ego Crew is off to a great start. They have an 1100 gold lead already, 2.5 minutes in. That is quite the lead to have for this early on. And we can see that in the GPM chart, 3 players over 300 gold per minute. And then you have Pharaoh and Dr. Repulsor, 260 and 310 GPM respectively. So Drunken Master with that Bloodlust skill, he's got a bottle now. He's got some strong lane presence against the Pharaoh. Oh, we see a block from Kinesis with the fissure from Behemoth. Behemoth cannot move. This could be a kill. There's the tree being thrown, and Kinesis is going to get a kill. That's going to be 3 kills now for Big Ego Crew as they jump out to a 3-0 start here. So Kinesis, he's checking out what's going on here in the jungle. He's going to get himself a Ward of Sight, probably going to place that one there. And he might be making his way up to the top lane where they could possibly go for a kill here. Drunken Master, he's getting Pharaoh very low. There's the fissure stun from the Behemoth, but Kinesis is coming over. There's the fissure as Dutch gets the kill there onto the Pharaoh with that Kinesis, with that fissure stun that he stole from the Behemoth. So 4-0 start here from Big Ego Crew. Laning phase definitely going very well for them as Soul Reaper. He goes for an early Neophytes book. He does not have Marchers just yet. We'll see. Is that going to be a light brand, perhaps? I'm trying to think what else he could build that into. Tablet, Staff, Codex. I think it will be a light brand. But Prisoner, he's going to hit the hook here on the Accursed. Gets him to blow up that fire shield as he gets the bottle delivered. Now, Haste Rune on the Dr. Repulsor, but not really the scariest hero with a Haste Rune early on. Not having the most presence. There's the hook coming in. Forces out the Haste Rune. The heal comes in from Accursed. Meanwhile, we have a pull coming out from Drunken. He jumps in with the lunge. He cannot stagger now because of the Hellfire from the Pharaoh. There is a wall from the Kinesis coming out. And Pharaoh, he will eat the tree. He will be just fine, it looks like. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Soul Reaper is playing really aggressive in the tower. Mid lane, Prisoner takes out the Accursed there with the Prison Break. As Dr. Repulsor, I think he was in the jungle. There's a Fissure Stun. Counter Fissure coming in. Behemoth, oh, can he not get through? Oh, he's going to go down here. There's the opposite charge coming out, but Kinesis is actually, no, the kill will go to the Prisoner. It is a double tap, and they might not be done just yet. Prisoner does not have any mana currently. He is getting auto attack down. As it looks like he will be fine. Kinesis also out of mana, so he will walk his way out of there as well. They don't have the damage to bring them down early on here. They definitely need the level 6 Doctor Repulsor. So we have level 6 now on the Pharaoh. Wrath of the Pharaoh available to him. Drunken Master, looks like he wants that top rune. That 6-minute rune. As Nymphora also camping the bottom rune. So Big Ego Crew looking to camp those runes here early on. But Pharaoh, he will snag this rune and force Drunken Master to go back to base. So he will bottle himself up a double damage. Made Drunken Master waste quite a bit of time there. As Magnus, he's been really quiet this game. His tower is almost going down. So we're putting a lot of pressure here on the bot lane. And it looks like he should be able to get that tower deny. So he picks up the Marchers. We see Soul Reaper with the light brand currently and the red boots, 460 gold per minute. So we have double damage on the Pharaoh. He's thinking about maybe going in here with his Wrath of the Pharaoh. There's the stun. Wall into Hellfire, auto attacks. Will this be enough damage for a kill is the question. He does doing him up in the air. Not going to go for the Wrath of the Pharaoh there. Meanwhile, we have Dutch running around in the jungle on Kinesis here. He's going to spot out the Accursed as the counter ward comes in. Pretty heads up counter ward coming in from TKB there on the Accursed. Going to get that dewarded. Bot lane, we have the Pharaoh coming in. As he hooks in onto the Nymphora, he's going to put the heal pod down. There's a stun from the Magnus. It will get blown up. Pharaoh taking some heavy pressure here. The Judgment comes out from the Soul Reaper. There's the mana from the Nymphora. Uses the Demonic Execution, and boom goes the Dynamite. There's a double tap coming in for Puppet Soul as the gank is going to not be successful there from the Pharaoh. 2 kills going their way as it will now be 8-0 hero kills. Dr. Pulse are going to try to work on some of these jungle stacks here. As we do have the rune coming up in a few seconds here. Drunken Master going to run into Doctor. Doctor will fly away as we have the Nymphora port coming in. They're going to try to bait this out as Drunken is leading the way here. Going to use the stagger to steal some creeps. Doctor going to go in with the opposite charges, but now here comes Nymphora and the Soul Reaper. There's a Zeal Stun connecting on the Accursed. The hook comes in from Prisoner, and 4 players are here all of a sudden for Big Ego Crew. And now Magnus, he is in some trouble. Uses the Steam Bath, but he does not have mana for a Lava Surge, and he is going to get doinged into the air by that ultimate from the Drunken Master. The 3-point strike. It's 2 kills more going the way of Big Ego Crew. And we now have a 10-0 hero kill lead. They're going to even add insult to injury here by stealing the stacks away from the Dr. Repulsor, as we have Soul Reaper 520 gold per minute leading the way now. And we currently have level 4 on the Behemoth, 5 and 5 on the Accursed and the Magma, so still no ultimates coming out. We have a huge lead from Big Ego Crew, 7,200 gold, 5,400 experience lead, only 9 minutes into the game. As Prisoner already has his Steam Boots picked up. Gonna go for a hook there on the Dr. Repulsor. There comes the Shackled as the shield was already used, and the Prison Break is going to set up the kill. Doctor could not fly away in time. Magnus comes in with a stun. They're gonna get the kill there on the Kinesis, but here comes the Zeal Stun from Vex on the Nymphora as Prisoner, he's trying to turn this one around. He goes for the hook, but he's gonna die with a Magnus stun before he gets it off, and Accursed, he will survive. It is a 2-for-1 here in favor of the Doghouse, as they won't get 2 kills there, but Demonic Execution in the background on the Pharaoh. No mana on the Accursed. He will get the heal up on the Pharaoh. The Hellfire is activated. Will they be able to bring down the Soul Reaper? There's the Judgment, or the heal coming in. Yeah, the Judgment from the Soul Reaper. Another heal coming in from Soul Reaper. He's going to get 2 kills. Zeal Stun comes in from the Nymphora, and it's a hat trick for Puppet Soul as he makes it 3 kills, and they're going to get a curse behind the tower. Big Ego Crew is just playing on point right now. There's the level 6 from Kinesis with the Stasis Smash. Dr. Repulsor ports in, and he's going to fall. That's back-to-back back-to-back deaths there on their carries. They did lose the Drunken Master in this fight, but I mean, losing only the Prisoner and the Drunken Master for all these kills. It is a 16-3 hero kill lead now, as they are now pressuring that tier 1 tower as well. 9,000 gold and 7,000 experience lead in their favor, and Soul Reaper is almost 600 gold per minute. He will just about be reaching that barrier, and there's going to be a triple hook coming in from the Prisoner. The Prison Break, will it pull him in? It will pull in the Accursed. Now he does have his flame consumption up. As the Judgment comes out from the Soul Reaper, they will bring down the Accursed. Kinesis does go down to the Pharaoh, as Behemoth and Magnus are on the run. Here comes a stagger, or a lunge, sorry, I always mix those spells up. He gets the lunge there on the Behemoth. He will go down. Magnus on the uphill should be just fine here as he stuns in on the Prisoner. Pharaoh is going to lock down the Soul Reaper. Soul Reaper will fall, and that is a savage 6 streak going the way of Dr. Repulsor. So they finally bring down the Soul Reaper. He was nearing 600 gold per minute, and that's going to give a chunk of gold over to the Dr. Repulsor. But big picture here, still 350 gold per minute. Hook lands on the Doctor, but not able to get the shackled off in time to kind of keep him in place there. So finally they do bring down the Soul Reaper, but Doctor, he's going to have his work cut out for him this game. He still needs a large amount of gold to get to that icon of the goddess with those simultaneous deaths there. And, well, I think he's got enough for the glowstone here. As he stacks the jungle camp there, we will have the Mystic Illusion rune spawn. Meanwhile, in the top lane, oh, Shortcut, is he going to survive this? They got the tower to go down to the creeps. Pharaoh is going to use the rocket. It will connect, but still 73 life on the Drunken Master. And Pharaoh currently with the level 3 Tormented Soul. Doesn't have that up for another 10 seconds. He will get the heal there from the Nymphora. Possibly go grab that rune, which was actually not taken, by the way. Both teams having a ward on top of each other here. They have Soul Reaper currently in the jungle working on the stacks, as we could possibly see the Dawnbringer coming out here on the Soul Reaper. We see a Ring of the Teacher. Maybe he'll go for a Gnome's Wisdom. I'll have to wait and see what he goes for. Prisoner currently Veiled Rotted. He has a portal key picked up already. This was a 1 versus 2 Prisoner in the mid lane. So you're going to get a D-ward here on that Word of Sight. Heads up counter ward coming in from Mex as he picks up a tablet as well in the Nymphora. That's a huge early game pickup there. Mex already 370 gold per minute. Higher GPM than the Drunken Master even. Bottom lane, Kinesis falls once again. The hook going to be avoided there by the Dr. Repulsor. Here comes the Prison Break, though, lining up onto the Magnus. It will pull him in. He will get revealed here, and he will go down as the kill credit goes go to the Prisoner. So a 1-for-1 exchange there. Meanwhile, the Nymphport comes in the background. Big Ego Crew is 4 players down here in the bottom lane. Well, they look to try to make something happen here, is the question. Pharaoh currently with 1,250 gold saved up. What will he go for this game? Maybe something like a Hellflower could be on his list of items. Maybe something like a puzzle box. Not too sure what he's going to go for, but definitely going to need something very soon. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Drunken Master gets taken out. Here comes a Wrath of the Pharaoh onto the Nymphora. Now he does have a tablet. He's going to tablet himself as Prisoner actually hooks out the Pharaoh. There is a heal bomb coming down from the Nymphora. He's going to blow that one up as there is a buyback from the Drunken Master. Soul Reaper to get the kill there on the Pharaoh. Accursed is going to pop the flame consumption, but without the Marchers, he's not making it out of this one. Your magic will be mine, as he will get hooked in. Mex actually getting credit for that kill, as he did get pulled in by the Prisoner there at the end. Drunken Master going to go ahead and use the drink there. Fissure Stun comes out from the Behemoth. Will be able to make the juke, though, is the question. Oh, he's going to show himself. That might be the difference maker. Hook going to be missed here. Prison Break comes out, though. And Behemoth not going to be able to make the escape, unfortunately. Bottom lane, Stasis Smash comes in on the Magnus, as he does have mana for a Lava Surge, throws the trees. So much damage coming in from the Kinesis. He's able to solo kill the offlane Magnus there with the full combo. And, well, it's 23-7 here. Big Ego Crew leading by quite a lot. 14,000 gold, 10,000 experience. And very unlike the Doghouse. We typically don't see them in these kind of big deficits. We'll see if they're able to maybe make something happen or if they have fallen too far behind. Dr. Repulsor does have his icon of the goddess now, but he is only level 9, so he is quite a ways behind the Sorber. We have a Nimport coming in here as they do spot out the Dr. Repulsor, I believe. They're going to see him here. Prisoner is going to jump in with the Shackle. There's the stun coming out from the Nymphora. He's going to kill the Shackled, and he is going to fly away. Haste Rune is going to spawn off to the side here as the heal comes in from Accursed. Pharaoh going to run into Prisoner here as Behemoth goes for the Stomp. He's going to get tableted by the Nymphora. Dr. Pulse is going to get locked on by the Demonic Execution there from the Soul Reaper, and he will get stunned down by the Kinesis. He will go down. Shockwave comes out doing solid damage there in the background. He will run away with the Haste Rune. Will he make the escape, though, is the question, as Doing, says Drunken Master on the Accursed. He does not have a flame consumption. No more. He will go down. Meanwhile, off to the side, Kinesis takes out the Pharaoh, and just like that, 3 players are dead for the Doghouse, as they only did kill the Prisoner there, making it a 3-for-1 exchange here in this bot rune team fight. And Soul Reaper, he continues to farm 634 gold per minute. He picks up a Gnome's Wisdom on top of the Sackstone and a Searing Light now, so he will be going the Dawnbringer, as he is sitting on almost 900 gold. So getting very close to having that Dawnbringer with very, very high GPM. Prisoner next in line with 400 as he picks up... well, he hasn't picked up any items since he did get that portal key a couple of minutes ago, but we have Drunken Master as well. Mainly with just some build up here. I don't think he has anything just yet. He's working on some Ancients here with the Nymphora. He's going to take some damage there. It's bot lane. The Behemoth will fall to Kinesis and Soul Reaper. It looks like they used a Stasis Smash there to set up that kill. Doctor still without any icon charges here. 17 minutes into the game. This is not the typical Doctor game for Fall. He's generally very, very active with this hero, able to set up lots of kills. We have an import here in the middle of the Doghouse's jungle. Now, there is a Ward of Sight here. We'll see if they're able to avoid this ward and maybe set up a gank, as they do have Soul Reaper in the mid lane here, trying to possibly set up a bait. But they're going to steal some jungle camps. They're going to be spotted here on this ward. Top lane, Magma's going to pour it out into, or going to pour it into the trees, and he's going to go over the TP. And he's going to be successful, it looks like. They couldn't guess exactly where he was. Tower will get denied, though. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Behemoth farming some creeps. Not really that close to his portal key, unfortunately. Magnus does need 50 gold for his portal key. Shaman's Headdress picked up on Drunken Master, so he is bulking up. There's a Stasis Smash on the Accursed. He's going to go down. Couldn't get the flame consumption off. And they might turn this into a tower push. We'll see what they do decide to do here. Doctor has the full steam boots. Have a port coming in. There's the Nymport as well. Oh, there's the prison break and the stun from Nymphora. Is this going to be enough? The hook comes in and Doctor gets bursted down from full HP. Soul Reaper is here with Drunken Master. Magma's going to get doinged by the 3-point strike of Drunken Master. 2 more kills going the way of Big Ego Crew. Prisoner porting into the mid lane. Oh boy. Dude tried to deny himself to Kongor, but there's the demonic execution coming in from Soul Reaper. They're going to secure that kill as the tower. Most likely going to fall here as well. Kinesis, he has a Lava Surge. Just thinking about going in there. Meanwhile, they're at the base here. And Doghouse needs to make a decision here if they want to defend this. But it looks like they're not going to commit to a tier 3 tower push. Do they know? Oh, they have a word of sight here. They're going to jump the Drunken Master. Here comes an ultimate from the Magnus being channeled. It's not going to do the most damage. Soul Reaper is taking the brunt of the focus fire. Here comes the fissure. There's the shockwave. The wall comes in from the Pharaoh as Doctor flies in. They will get the kill there onto Soul Reaper. They do bring down the raid boss as the buyback does happen from Puppet Soul. Meanwhile, they do get the kills onto both Behemoth and the Magnus as Doctor is zooming around. He will get the kill onto Nymphora. And here comes a hook from Prisoner. And Doctor will die. He gets doinged in the air there. It's a hat trick coming out for Dutch on the Kinesis. Make it a genocide. 36-10. Hero kill lead here now for Big Ego Crew. As they lost 2 players. They got a buyback on the Soul Reaper, but I think they're going to continue pushing here, take out the tier 2 tower, and furthermore expand their lead. So currently, not really any ultimates available on the side of the Doghouse. They can at least get some base damage in here while they are still respawning. So they get about a third of the tower down. Quite a bit of damage there, maybe even a little more. But they should have some items, maybe on the Drunken, maybe a finished idol almost in the works, or something else. We have a Soul's Bulwark and a Bound Eye on the Nymphora. 380 GPM on the main support. Max is always finding himself the farm. I don't know how he does it, but he just does. 4-1-16 score perhaps will do that for you as well. They're going to find this Ward of Sight here in the jungle. Have a prison break here in the mid lane. They locked on the Magnus. Pharaoh will wall up the Kinesis. Meanwhile, the top lane, the ports are happening. They do take out the tier 2 tower. Nimport comes into the mid lane. Lava Surge missing there from Kinesis, kind of guessing. And it looks like they will completely fall back here. And no more kills will happen, at least for now. But Doctor is below 300 GPM now. This is not looking too good here for the Doghouse. They're hunting for the Doctor here. He's in the side of the map. Oh boy. He's going to show himself. Maybe they... Nope, they didn't see him though. Gonna use that eye to get the D ward. So Soul Reaper again. Now he's 700 gold per minute. He has a Beast Heart here. Looks like he'll be maybe going for the Behemoth's Heart. What else can he build that into? A Dreamcatcher, I guess, but I think he'll be going the Behemoth's Heart here. And then I don't see him dying anymore if he picks that up. They're gonna go for the Hellborn Kongor here. I don't think Doghouse is strong enough to take this fight. Maybe a Pharaoh Rocket. Just a little bit too late. Good attempt. No pepperoni. Here's the 3-man Nymphor. They're going to catch Behemoth here. They use a demonic execution for that kill. Doctor is going to go for the TP. There's the dust from Kinesis into the stasis smash. That is going to catch Doctor. He will fall. And, well, there's the GG's being called from the Doghouse. That's going to do it. They've had enough. 25 minutes in. They are down 27,000 gold and 20,000 experience. So the Soul Reaper carry from Big Ego Crew will prevail here, finishing it off with 700 plus gold per minute. And that will do it here for game number 1 between Big Ego Crew and the Doghouse.